All right, let's take a look here. You'll find, folks, that the session is right here. And what do we have? Look at this session. What's the difference between this session and the one below it? See this shape here? There's an arrow pointing down, right? And this shape here has no arrow. Why? Because the shape above is a single session. The arrow down indicates opening it reveals session recurrences. Sessions are for the 28th, January 4th, 11th, and 18th. Today's session is from 5 to 6 and is in progress. Not started yet means dates haven't arrived, while in progress means available. Today I have a date of the 21st, and he did a session for me on the 28th, and he did a session for me a week later on the 4th of January, and he did a fourth session for me on the 11th of January, and he did a last session for me on the 18th of January. So what did he create for me? One created for me. What did he create for me? He gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 weeks that I told him. What did I tell him about them? What is this for repetition? Okay, for today's session, the session on the 21st is from 5 to 6, labeled in progress as it's currently active. Sessions starting next week and the week after are not started yet, meaning their dates haven't arrived. In progress means the session is available now, so students can join the teacher. Regarding downsides, recurring sessions save time and effort by not needing to recreate them. However, the title may not change, meaning today's session is the same as next week's. Hey student, you can join in with the teacher in the session that's currently in progress. It's active right now, okay? That's for this part. So, what are the downsides? What are the downsides? We saw the advantage of recurring sessions, which is that they save us time and effort. We don't have to keep creating sessions over and over. We set up the session, repeat it, and that's it. We're done. But the downside is, if you look at the title itself, can you see what's written? Is the title fixed or can it change? Can we change the title? I mean, today's session is the same as next week's session. That's the downside. The title is fixed and cannot be changed. We can't change the session title. It's just one title. But can I delete a session from these sessions? Can I delete a session like, for example, the session on January 11th? Can I delete it? But the defect is, if you look at the title itself, you see what is written here. Is the title the same or does it change? We can change the title. I mean, today's session is the same as next week's session. This is the defect. The title is fixed and can't be changed. We can't alter the session title. It's just one title. Can I delete a session like the one on January 11th? Yes, I can delete it without affecting others. Click the 3 dots, select delete recurrence, and confirm. The session on the 11th is gone, but the 21st, today's session, the 28th, and the 4th remain, as well as the 18th. No problem. Before anyone joins, can I edit the session? Yes, I can. Just click edit session. And if I delete it, will it affect the other sessions? No, I can delete it. I can go to the circle with the 3 dots, select delete recurrence, and say yes, delete it. I still have the date for the 21st, today's session, the 28th, and the 4th, but the session on the 11th has been deleted, and we still have the date for the 18th left, so no problem. Can I edit the session before anyone joins? Yes, no problem. I can see edit session. You can select edit session, and since we haven't done the guest access yet, we can set that up too. We'll select save, and we'll take the link. So we'll edit, go into the settings, change things, and there's no problem. We'll save it, and everything is fine. So this is the part about creating sessions. All right, can I, when I create the session, go in and edit it before anyone joins? Yes, I can. No problem at all. I can come here, and you'll see what? It's called edit session. You can click on edit session. And since we haven't set up guest access yet, we can do that too. We can click on save and we can take the link. So we can edit, we can go into the settings, we can change things, and there's no problem at all. We can save it and everything is fine. So this is the part about creating sessions. If you have any questions about creating sessions, feel free to ask. And since we haven't set up guest access yet, we can do that. We can click on save and take the link. So we can edit, we can go into the settings, and there's no problem at all. We can save it and everything is fine. So this part is about creating sessions. In this section, we will delve into the process of creating sessions, which is a crucial aspect of our system. Creating sessions involves several steps, including setting up the initial parameters, configuring the necessary settings, and ensuring that all prerequisites are met. If you have any questions or need further clarification regarding any part of the session creation process, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here to assist you with any inquiries you might have about creating sessions. Dr. Sultan is asking if the edits will apply to all recorded sessions or just the ones I've modified. So here, we go back to the repeated sessions based on the edit. When I came here and said edit the session and allowed guest access, all right, if we look at the session below, and I brought up edit the repeat, it just edited the repeat. But guest access will be for everyone. So now, when I bring it up again, you see when I came here and edited the session and allowed guest access, that guest access is for everyone. This edit is for everyone. Even the edit I made is for everyone. So this part is about what? When I edit from here, this is an edit for everyone. But guest access will be for everyone. So now when I bring it up again, you see, when I came here and edited the session and allowed guest access, that guest access is for what? For everyone. This edit is for everyone. Even the edit I made is for everyone. So this part is about what? When I come to edit from here, this is an edit for everyone. This edit is for everyone, okay? When I come to present the reports. When I come to present the reports, it's going to show me the date, the 21st. So was that date January 4th or was that date January 11th? What is it going to show me? It's going to show me the sessions. It's going to specify the date of the session. It's going to specify the date of the session. Okay, if I come here and select the session, I said to stay in the city instead of from 5 to 6 o'clock. I will definitely leave it there from 7 to 8 o'clock and I will absolutely memorize it. Memorize it thoroughly. Okay, here it is. I came and saw what you do from 7 to 8. The date is from 7 to 8. From 7 to 8. From 7 to 8, is it fair for what? Fair for everything? Is it fair? Fair for everything? Everything? So, is there any other question from you? Is there a way to edit just one of the scheduled sessions, or is the edit for all? Now, let's take a look at this question. For example, this is a lecture on the 18th. When we open it and edit the repeat, all right, and we come here and change it to 6 o'clock, the first thing you'll notice is that it didn't give me the options that were available before. It didn't give me the options. I'll set it from 6 to 6:30 as well so we can see together, and I'll click save. What happened? I'll maximize the screen. So it's from 6 to 6:30, which is the lecture that was on the 18th, but the rest is from 7 to 8, from 7 to 8, from 7 to 8. All right, but it didn't give me in this session here in the repeat edit any options except for the one you saw, which is the only separate option I can specify for each session. It didn't give me the options that were available before, which was quite unexpected and surprising. It didn't give me the options, which was frustrating. I'll set it from 6 to 6:30 as well so we can see together and observe the changes. And I'll click save to ensure the settings are applied. What happened? I enlarged the screen from 6 to approximately 6.5. Which is essentially the lecture that was on the 18th, but the rest is basically from 7 to 8, from 7 to 8, from 7 to 8. Okay, but he did not civilize in the session here in the repetition editing, except for the authority that you saw is the only separate authority that I can specify for each session. The only thing I can adjust separately is the start and end times. Is that clear? But if I go to the session itself, it has all these settings that can be adjusted. Changes apply to all sessions. Okay, is there any question from you regarding creating the session? Don't hesitate in the session. If you want to delete an additional lecture before submission and before students join, that's fine. Use the 3 dots to delete the session. Copy the link from here. So now, after you created the session, you don't have to go into editing the setting. The edit applies to all scheduled sessions. Is there any question about creating the session? Don't hesitate during the session. If you want to delete the session before submission and before students join and it lacks an attendance report, that's fine. Use the circle with 3 dots to choose delete session. You can also copy the link from here. After creating the session, you don't need to edit settings to get the guest link. Just go to the session, find the circle with 3 dots and select join the session. In settings, you can modify session properties and copy the guest link. If you want to delete it before submission and before students join and there's no attendance report, that's fine. Use the circle with 3 dots to choose delete session. You can also copy the link from here. After creating the session, you don't need to edit settings to get the guest link. Just go to the session, find the circle with 3 dots and choose join the session. You can modify session properties and copy the guest link from here. Regarding the report, refer to it after the session ends as the system will show the attendance report then. A tip, some people ask us in technical support shortly after the session ends, where is the attendance report? It may not appear immediately. Get the guest link inside. Here's the session and the circle with 3 dots. After creating the session, go to the circle with 3 dots to find options like join the session. You can join the session. Edit settings to modify session properties. Copy the guest link here. Refer to the report after. Session ends as the system shows the attendance report. Tip, some ask us in tech support minutes after the session ends, where is the attendance report? I find the attendance report empty. It hasn't appeared yet. Wait at least 2 hours as the report appearance depends on factors like student count. For example, the lecture duration. So if you're giving a half-hour lecture, you shouldn't refer to the attendance report until after the session ends, because after the session, the system will start showing the attendance report. So you look for the report after the session has ended. Also, a tip for you, because some people ask us in technical support after the session ends, for example, 5 or 10 minutes later, they ask, where is the attendance report? I go in and find the attendance report empty. The attendance report hasn't appeared yet. You should wait at least 2 hours for the attendance report to appear, as it depends on factors like the number of students and lecture duration. For example, a half hour lecture with 5 students won't take long, but a 3-hour lecture with 70 or 80 students might take 2 to 4 hours. The report's appearance depends on lecture duration and student count, so don't rush. Wait up to 4 hours, and if it hasn't appeared, contact technical support. There's no problem reaching out to us. And if there are 5 students, the attendance report won't take a quarter of an hour or half an hour to show up. But if you're giving a 3-hour lecture with, say, 70 or 80 students, then the number is large, and the attendance report might take time, possibly 2, 3, or even 4 hours to appear. The attendance report takes time to show up, depending on the duration of the lecture itself, and based on the number of students present, which is what it uses to take their attendance. So don't rush and say, the report hasn't appeared yet. No, wait an hour, 2, or 3. After 3 or 4 hours, if it still hasn't appeared, feel free to contact us in technical support. There's no problem at all. You can reach out to us in technical support.